Okay, this was my first attempt at making a pool cover. So what I did is I took PVC, made a floating frame, and put a tarp on it. And it actually worked really well. It's not very attractive, I guess you would say, but it actually did help the water temperature. The way it was put together, so the red parts were glued together, and then the orange part, that pole on either end, is just slip fit. That way, if you take the orange pole out on either end, the thing, you can see it'll collapse together pretty much flat. The yellow parts are where I put foam to help it float, and it's just you can buy foam insulation for pipes. It's actually meant for that PVC pipe. Now here's some video. You can see where I was putting this thing together, just so you can kind of get an idea of the construction. And then in the middle, that string just holds the tarp up in the center. So at the top of the screen is one of those poles that come out, slip fit, and where your feet are would be the other one. And then the side pieces, you can see, are all glued together. And this actually worked really well. Ultimately, I made 2 of them, and I had them anchored where they would float in the center of the pool over the deepest part of the water, deepest part of the pool, most volume of water. And it worked good. So if you're looking for something relatively cheap and, well, easy to put together, this is about 5 years ago. I think PVC is a little more expensive now, but this worked. And you can see I just used little bungees to tie the 2 little rafts together in the center. And you can get it out of the way pretty quick if you want to go swimming. If I was swim laps, I would just scoot it over to one side. All right, this is where I ended up as the ultimate setup. Solar covers and that little fountain. That little fountain helps a little bit. I mean, I'm not sold on them. Some people swear by them. I've got 4 jets, and so I think if I had one on every jet, it would probably do a lot more. When you're over there, you can feel the cool water. If I just had that by itself, it wouldn't do anything for this pool. It's too much sun. But so the issue with this pool is sun comes up over there, goes down over there. I got no shade. This thing is in the sun all day. So the way I've got this set up is these poles are top links for chain link fence, like the top pole. The holes there were already there. That's for a volleyball net. And so what I did is I put concrete anchors in the ground. I drilled these out and put in concrete anchors. And then I found those eye bolts. And what I did is I cut the end off of the eye bolt like this. And then I put my grinder and put a slit in it. And then so in the winter when I take this out, I put a little grease on it and I'll screw it into that anchor in the hole in the ground so it keeps that hole plugged. These are just like plugs. The orange things are just PVC couplers. I painted orange, and that's strictly just so when people are walking by, they kind of see it and don't stub their toe. But I've got steel cables coming up to here. And then this is paracord going this way, that way. The bungees are really here just for shock absorbers. So what'll happen is when it's really windy, this thing will be going up and down and up and down and coming in and out. And so if it comes in and it goes out, this bungee makes it soft instead of just like somebody just slamming it. Another thing you can do if you're in this situation, if you see how these 2 are joined together over there, but over here there's this big gap. I did that because where this triangle is affixed is not perfectly straight. It's over here. So I put this gap in here to basically pivot that solar cover to the right. That's just a strategy you can use if you find yourself in that situation. But keeping shade on the water is the secret. The things that I found that make the biggest difference, number 1 is shade. Number 2 is I'll run the pump at night. I have the pump come on at noon because I usually come out here and swim laps at noon. So I have the pump come on at noon. and it runs till about, I think, 6. But then in the middle of the night, I'll have it come on for about 5 hours, and it really stirs the water up because the ground will be cool, you know, the bottom of the pool, and just try to get some coolness put into the water while it's dark. But these make a huge difference. This water right now is probably 88 degrees. When I checked it yesterday, it was 87, but it's been like over 100 for like 5 days now. It'll keep it at 88, 87 degrees, pretty much regardless of the outside temperature. The other thing I noticed is if you put these solar shades up, it's going to take about, for me, it took about 5 days for it to really get it all the way down, because it's not like instant. I mean, this is a lot. This is like 22,000 gallons. This is a lot of water to cool off. So it was incremental. So it would like go down a half a degree, and it just kept dropping down every day until it got down to 87. I mean, it was at 93. Can you imagine swimming in 93-degree water? That's like, no. It's like the 6-inch kiddie pool somewhere. It's just gross. So that's the thing. If you put these up, don't expect to just, oh my God, it's going to be great. Give it about, 4 days to a week to really get all the water cooled down. It'll stabilize. But this is awesome. These solar shades, I just put this one up because I had a cloth one that ripped. That my wife got at like Big Lots or something for like $5. That finally gave up. So I bought this one, which is the same brand as this one. So this one's about a month old. This one is like 3 years old. And this one's still in perfect shape. It's not crunchy. It's not, just a little bit of rust on this thing, but that's it. It's still in good shape. I'll put a link to these below. They're not expensive. I just bought this one. And it was like $37. I think I paid like $38 for this one, but that was 3 years ago. But these, I'll put the link in Amazon. I don't get paid anything, but these things are worth the money. They're not even expensive, but they will last in the sun because this thing stays up. I'll put this up in probably the end of May. So the first couple months you don't need it because it's not that hot, and once it gets into high 90s, 100, I'll put this up at the end of May, and this will stay up until probably mid-September, October, because I usually swim all the way up until November. November is when I can't take it anymore. It's too cold for me on my whip. So middle of September, end of September is when this will stay up. So probably about 4 months a year. What is that? June, July, August. Yeah, 4.5 months a year. This one's been out here over 3. This is its 4th year, I believe. And it's still going strong. So I stand by these things. And then the paracord, I bought the paracord off of Amazon. And it's the UV, whatever. Just look for UV protected paracord. And this same with this stuff is like 4 years old, and it's still rock solid. But if you got any questions about any of this stuff, just let me know. And, like, subscribe, comment, all the good things. If you need any help, any questions, once again, just put them in the comments and I'll for sure answer them. Hope this helps. See ya.